Joined now by Red Wing boys hockey coach George Nemanich. George, thanks for joining us in high school headquarters.
Thanks for having us.
I'm happy to be here with talking hockey with you guys. So to start, I want to talk a little bit about some things we talked about prior to the season. There are three things that stuck out in my mind. The first of which was the tough schedule that you guys had in December. Now, in your eyes, looking back at that, how did that go?
I thought, for the most part, I thought we really progressed as a team. We did come out of December just 2-7. There were a couple games in there I thought maybe were games we should have won. But overall, I liked where we were started ahead as a team. We were kind of a younger team. We needed to work on some things. We found some things out about our lineup. We did some changes, things like that, and eventually we were able to come up with a lineup that has done well for us in January.
The second issue was kind of a youthful and experienced, whatever term you want to use, defensive unit. How have they played to what you kind of expected at this point?
Pretty good. I thought early on we kind of saw the rough points of that, being young and inexperienced, and obviously in games like the game over at Matamidi early in the season when we gave up 7 goals, and we gave up 8 to Breck, and we gave up 10 goals to Totino Grace, and those are the kind of games where they exposed our weaknesses there a little bit. But we did see some progression. We changed our lineup a little bit. I think the inclusion of Josh Menzing at defense really helped a lot to solidify the core back there. And we've had some real improvement from guys like Dayton Johnson, and of course we had 2 veterans back who have continued to improve their game in Jack Struess and Henry Yeager. So we've got 4 very competent defensemen, in my opinion, and we've been trying to get some other younger players some action back there too, guys like Marcus Dodge and Justin Lundy. A couple other guys too who are going to see some limited action, but they're getting better all the time, are guys like Hunter Kuyath and Tyler Grove. So the D core in general has gotten better and better over time.
The last thing that sticks out in my mind that we talked about was kind of an overall lack of numbers. Has that had an immediate impact on your program this season?
It's that's been kind of up and down. It's been difficult. We've had to cancel 2 JV games because of sickness and health reasons, injuries, which is kind of disappointing. But by the same token, we've been able to sustain a JV program this year, regardless of the fact that we had 23 players only. And so I give a lot of credit to the kids. They're getting a lot of ice time. And so that hasn't hurt us as badly as I thought it would.
And with a tough month of December, and we're getting down here to the end of January, how would you assess how your team's come around from a tough December to a January that should, on paper, be a little bit better?
Yeah, I think our team has kind of come around. We actually we had won 5 games in January until just recently we lost a game at home against Albert Lee, but we're 5-1 in this month, and I like where we're headed. We want to continue to improve. We got 2 more games left here in January, and 2 big ones, a big conference game against Holy Angels tomorrow night, and then of course we've got New Prague at New Prague in a rematch, and it's a sectional game as well, and very important game for us. So I like where the direction we're headed. We've improved a lot. We're very competitive right now, and the hope is we've got 3 weeks left in the regular season. Can we get better and improve to a point where we can challenge for the section championship?
And speaking of section championship and section games, what section games are coming up in addition to that, and how essential is it to win those section games?
Well, you got the sectional games in the regular season that we have are huge because it's going to mean where we get seated, and of course you want to be a top 4 seed if you can, because that means you get a home game in the quarterfinals, and that's really an avenue to get to the semis, and which are all played at a neutral site in Rochester. So really to me the key is getting something in the top 4, and that's what we're battling for right now. And I like where we're sitting right now. I know we're at 7-8 overall, but we've won some key sectional games against Rochester Lourdes, New Prague, and Northfield. Unfortunately, we lost one to Albert Lee, but we've got 2 more sectional games coming up here against New Prague and Northfield, and hopefully we can win those and kind of reestablish ourselves as a top 4 seed in the section.
And some coaches in various sports in the area have gone on record saying that section games are more important than winning conference games. Is that an assessment you agree with, or you could at least understand where they're coming from?
Well, yeah, I can a little bit. You want to try to do well in the section or the conference, obviously. But the way things have gone in our conference the last 10 years, nobody's challenged Holy Angels. So it's kind of hard. I mean, I guess then you do look at sectional games, I guess, as being a little bit more important. But, you never know. You like to win every game. And so we're just going to approach it as we're just going to try to keep continuing to get better and better. And if the conference games come along and we can pick up some victories and challenge for a conference title, we'll do that too. Right now we're 5-1 in conference, so we're only a game out of first place. Obviously, facing a Holy Angels is a difficult task, but certainly, we have to come in with the mindset that, if we play the right game, we can maybe knock those guys off and be in contention for a conference title.